Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, 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 hey.
Hello, foodie booties.
Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Judy, and welcome back to our channel. It has been, listen, I just went and looked this up prior to filming this video. It has been technically 3 weeks since I last talked about Chantal on my channel. Chantal Marie, Chantal Show, Foodie Beauty, Flabby Bobby, Big Beautiful Me, The Daily Chantal, Chantal Show, Chantal Al Rafe, Chantal Period, Chantopolis, whatever we're calling her. It's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks since I talked about her on my channel. The last time I talked about her was just briefly in an Amberlynn video where I discussed how, I can't even remember now, honestly. It's such a throwaway thought in my mind. But at some point, if you recall, Chantal had the nerve, the audacity, the gumption, the gall to call me plump. Which, like, I am plump. I am plump. I'll never deny being plump, but like, Chantal, these glass houses, glass stones, not glass stones, not glass stones, these glass houses, these stones, you, listen, you don't want to be getting yourself involved in all of that. But truly, I haven't reacted to a video from Chantal in about a month. Specifically, the last time I reacted to Chantal, it was July 27th, and I did a double feature. We did a double feature where I reacted to an Amberlynn video, but I also had reacted to Chantal hawking this like room spray nonsense, whoever, whatever, on her channel. And so we are gonna react to a Chantal mukbang today, mukbang if you're Amberlynn Reed. We are gonna do that today because, well, my favorite thing these days when it comes to Chantal is just waiting about a month and then just randomly picking a video and choosing to react to it. And I did get a few pieces of suggestions from people. What am I trying to say? The words aren't wording today. I did get some suggestions from people in my Twitch chat that I should react to her Paneer mukbang, which, like, if you don't know, the Paneer used to be a staple on Chantal's channel. And if you don't know what Paneer is, it's basically a cheese product that is frequently used in a lot of Indian cooking and things like that. I also have to say that this feels serendipitous because on Thursday nights, I watch Big Brother and The Challenge USA with my friend Adam, and literally right before I was getting ready to film this video, he texted me and said that they were ordering takeout tonight from a place called Bombay Wraps here in Chicago, and asked if I wanted anything, and like, there's paneer as an option, there's chicken tikka masala as an option, and I was like, ooh, let me just get my appetite ready for tonight's dinner by reacting to this video. So I have to say a few things to set your expectations in the right place and space. Like I said, I haven't really kept up with anything that Chantal's been doing in like a month. I do know that she's gotten mixed up with some unsavory characters on the internet, and I have to be completely honest with you that I want nothing to do with that. So, I don't know all the details of it. I've purposely blocked all of that information from my mind. I've not engaged with it. I haven't engaged with most of her content, so I probably don't know all the details. But that is part of the charm and appeal of me just like once a month reacting to something that Chantal's doing, because it's so funny to see how much hasn't changed and how she's just still the same old Chantal, you know? But if I do miss anything, well, then you're not setting your expectations correctly, okay? So don't be in my comments being like, Zach, I can't believe you didn't know about whoever, whatever, because I'm just not that invested these days in her like that anymore. But I do enjoy occasionally checking in, okay? All right? The other thing is I know eating sounds can be a lot for people. And so I'll do my best if she's not doing anything interesting and she's just on some paneer. We'll try to cut out those mouth sounds, okay? I know mouth sounds aren't for everybody, but if they are for you, what do you know about a mouth sound, you know? So anyways, I guess really, truly, let's just get to, shall we? I do also have to say I have an Instacart order going, so if that distracts me, my apologies, but my food is more important than whatever food Chantal is scarfing down in this video. All right, but yes, let's get to. What is this little intro?
Hello, Foodie Booties.
And by intro, I mean that music and the Hello Foodie Booties has always been a thing, but what are these flowers? What is this? What is this like old school VHS like filter she's got going on the flowers? What is she trying to present about her and her channel through this? This is what inquiring minds would like to know.
Girl.
This poor cat.
You'll be a woman soon.
This poor cat.
I love you so much, can't count all the ways.
Baby, I used to be a kitten and now you're a big cat. Yes.
I don't care how cute you look, you're not getting any paneer. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're trying hard, aren't you?
You know, listen, have I ever baby talked Judy or Potato Doodle Doo? I absolutely have. But somehow the way that Chantal does it is just so insufferable. Maybe it's because I know that she can't take care of animals to save her life, to save the animal's life, you know? Like, something about it is so cringe and uncomfy and makes me just...
Hey there, Beezers. One personalized video from me to you that you can keep forever, or maybe a special shout out. Or maybe you just have a pressing question for me you want answered.
What kind of pressing fucking question do I have for you, Chantal? Who is paying her money for a cameo? Which, by the way, I don't even know how much it costs. But I'm sure it's way more than it's worth. But why would you do all of that when she'd be just as happy to get a $1.99 super chat from you in a live stream where you can ask your pressing question? If you're funneling any kind of money into her, whether it's through Cameo or super chat, like, God bless you if that's how you want it. Well, I don't believe in God. Goddess bless you if you want to send your money and your hard-earned money to Chantal, who's not hardworking. Then live your truth. Live your truth. You deserve everything you get from that high-quality cameo that I'm sure she is providing.
All you have to do is request a personalized video or direct message from me on Cameo. It's super easy. Cameos also make great birthday or special occasion gifts.
Yes.
Hope to hear from you.
What a great gift. If I woke up on my birthday and somebody said, "Oh, I got the best gift for you ever. I got the most wonderful gift for you. Click this link, open it up," and it was a cameo from Foodie Beauty. Girl, you better be fucking serious. I will literally be so upset if that's how you want to celebrate my birthday. Now, there are people you can get me cameos from where I'd be like, "Oh, that is really sweet. That is really touching. I'm so glad you thought of me." But from Chantal Marie, Chantal Show, no, thank you.
Bye. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to having dinner with moi. So, bismillah.
I have to say also, just for the record, this is one of 2 mukbangs she posted, I believe, yesterday. Okay, so she is just the mukbang factory over here lately. That's like the only kind of content that I see her post. Again, I don't watch most of it, but like, she is constantly putting out mukbang stuff. Like, her life in Kuwait is really not all that different, it seems, than her life in Canada.
And let's get into the thick of it.
I also just had the thought also that I think one of the last videos I talked about her, I think she had said that she was starting Weight Watchers. Amberlynn had just quit Weight Watchers again, and Chantal was picking it up, and I did the little resurrection thing. I mean, I assume I already know the answer to this question, but is she still doing Weight Watchers? I mean, I'm pretty sure she's probably not. I'm pretty sure that's over, yeah? Yeah?
I'm sorry for rushing the intro, but I miss you guys, all that good stuff. I'm just really hungry.
What? Wait, what has been rushed? We're a minute and 40 seconds into this. What do you mean rushed? I mean, get to, girl. Get your paneer.
Naan bread and paneer.
Okay.
What kind of paneer is this, though? I think I got Shahi paneer.
Well, I'm glad to see she's using a utensil today. That's another thing that one of the last videos, I don't know, some video I did on her, she chose to like scoop up sour cream with her fingers and smear it on her like fajita taco thing. And I said, this is just laziness, right? Because she said in that video that she didn't want to get up to go get utensils, so she was just going to use her hand. And so many people in the comments of my video were like, well, Zach, in some cultures, I agree. In a lot of cultures, they in fact do use their hands to eat a lot of their food. I 100% agree. She specifically said she was too lazy to get up and get a utensil. Okay, let's just be clear. Those things are not the same. And it's clear that she's happy to use a utensil if she just happens to have one by her that doesn't require to get her ass up off the floor to go get it.
All right, I just wanted mine with bread today. So bismillah, and let's eat.
Let's go.
Cherry lady, going through the motion.
Can we stop? Can we stop singing? I'm just picturing myself as one of the people in my Twitch chats, which, by the way, you can still go watch my Twitch re-uploads on my new channel, Zachary Michael, also. But I'm just imagining myself as one of the people in my Twitch chats that is like, Zach, will you please stop fucking singing? And that's how I feel now. I could relate to you all.
This thick, creamy, rich gravy.
Ooh, what do you know about a thick, creamy, rich gravy? It does look good. I do love some Indian food. And paneer.
So paneer is Indian cheese. It's like a cheese curd type of cheese. Very easy to make. You just curdle milk with lemon juice or something acidic. Vinegar, I use white vinegar.
Wait. I just noticed there was a caption at the bottom of the screen. It says, I have made paneer before, but I didn't have any milk left tonight. She did, in fact, I think, show that once on her channel. But, like, you really want me to believe you're out here cooking for yourself often when you're posting, like, 1 to 2 mukbangs a day of takeout? Girl, you're not fooling nobody. Is that a vase? What is she drinking out of? Listen, I love a huge cup. I don't mind it, but like, it does in fact look like something you'd put some flowers in. Is that a vase? Do y'all say vase or vase? Is that diet soda?
With a bunch of ice.
Wait, she just said it and I talked over her.
Berry juice with a bunch of ice.
Oh, berry juice? Okay, work.
So, I'm actually in a really good mood.
Okay.
Just some things that, mashallah, have been happening in life. And also, first I want to say, I see some comments where it's like, people have the nerve to say, like, you look miserable, you're unhappy, like, telling me how I feel. And it's like, I can assure you that just because I'm overweight and I have struggles, everyone has struggles in life.
Wait. I'm already living for where this is going because she started this whole thought process off saying, I'm just in a really good mood. I've been living such a happy life. And then immediately goes into, I've seen comments that suggest that I'm not in a good mood just because I'm fat and overweight. Ooh, yeah, I can tell you're in a really great mood, Chantal.
I still love my life very, very much.
Okay. So, tell me more.
I really love my life. And
you know what? It makes it more true the more times you say it. Every time you say, I really love my life, and just keep repeating it, it makes me believe it more. So let's keep going.
I'm working, on it, but at the same time, I'm going to keep trying and pushing myself. And we have a lot of exciting content coming up, actually, so stay tuned for that.
Girl, what? Push yourself to do what? What kind of exciting content do you have on the way, bestie girl? Like, tell me. I need examples. Because I feel like, again, I haven't watched consistently, but I remember many times when I was watching more consistently, she'd always be out here promising, like, we got some quality content coming up. We got some great content coming up for you. And it's just like, at best, mukbang from a place she's never eaten before. Woo-wee, girl! Yes.
I know I say that, but it's actually coming up real soon. We have some vlogs, a lot of nice content for you guys.
Well, here's what I will say. If the vlogs are the alleged great content, I've seen your vlogs in Kuwait. They have. It's been a while, so maybe something's changed, but like I've watched some of those couple vlogs on their couple channel or whatever. We're not talking high quality content. Bore me to death, actually. Bore me to fucking death, if we're being honest. I'd rather sit here and watch you guzzle paneer than watch one of those vlogs.
Or I'm actually doing things. I'm never gonna give up.
Give up on what?
But don't assume just because someone is overweight that they hate their life.
Listen, I don't know what you've been up to recently, but I know enough about you to know that you are miserable with or without food, with or without being fat. I don't assume that you hate your life because you're fat. I assume you hate your life because you're a miserable human being, okay? Hatred does that to you. When you're a bigot, it makes you miserable, and you are a miserable human being. So I don't know that has anything to do with you being fat.
Yes, I wish I was healthier. Yes, I wish a lot of things, but
I kind of feel like when it comes to her attributing that miserableness to her weight, I feel like that's her own projection. I'm sure there are actually, not that I have to be fair to Chantal, but like, I do believe there's a world where she gets horrible comments about her weight and what she looks like. I know, in fact, I've seen people say those things. But I think, if you're just like a reasonable person, you know enough about Chantal to know that she's miserable in general. Like, she is absolutely a miserable human.
I'm still grateful for everything else I have in my life, and I know what I'm going through is a test from Allah.
Is she going through something?
So I bear it.
I am when she says what I'm going through is a test from Allah. Is she talking about the unsavory characters of the internet she's gotten herself involved with? Like, if you're just listening to this video as I am with no additional context, she'd have you believe she's really happy. So what are you going through if you're so happy? Listen, this is just chef's kiss. This is why you need to watch with no context, because she's just saying stuff out here that's already contradicting itself. She started this whole thing off saying, I'm so happy, I'm loving my life right now. And now she's like, well, everything that I'm going through, all the difficulties that I'm going through right now, it's just a test. It's a test from Allah. Okay, so are you happy? Never change, Chantal. Never change.
And I know that I have a lot of figuring out to do. Like,
was she about to say the word growth and decided halfway through, like, maybe I shouldn't talk about growing. Maybe growing's not the right word for me personally. Let's change it to I have a lot of learning to do, because I don't want anybody to make a joke about me growing.
I know it's not. I should not focus on negative comments, but they're comments that.
But you're so happy. You're so happy.
Stereotype, I'm trying to knock down the stereotype, not just feed into the negativity. Listen, wait. First of all, the only stereotype that I could think about fat people as a whole, right? The only thing that I could think about fat people as a whole that people stereotype them
is that they're like lazy and eat a lot, right? Like, not that I agree that that's the case for all fat people, but I'm saying, like, if I was thinking about a stereotype for fat people, Chantal does nothing to break those stereotypes. You know, like, I literally already told a story in this video about a time where she scooped sour cream up with her hands because she was too lazy to get up and go get a utensil to do it for her, you know? Like, all of her videos are about her eating food, for the most part, with the exception here and there. So it's just like, that stereotype you don't seem to have a problem with. I think, obviously, what she's alluding to here is some alleged stereotype that, like, fat people are miserable, which I definitely... I don't know, I guess maybe some people think that. I didn't know that that was a stereotype. But also, let's just go with the premise that that is a stereotype for fat people. Okay, let's go with that as a premise. What is Chantal doing in this video to break that stereotype? What is she doing? She's sitting here complaining and being miserable because of people in her comments. Which, like, also, you know, you want to talk about reasons why people might think Chantal is miserable, is every other day she's going on a community tab post and ranting. I do see those updates occasionally on the Twitter, because that shit just gets funneled into my For You Twitter feed. And she's, like, not changed in that way. She's still miserable and raging. So keep working on breaking those stereotypes, Chantal. You're doing a great job.
I find watching videos like today, I spent like at least 30 minutes straight watching these videos on TikTok of this long-haired chicken called Pretzel.
Okay.
Who is the cutest thing ever. And it, like, watching happy things is my point. Like,
okay. Wait, what does that have to do with... Sorry, there also, just for the record, I'm 28 minutes into filming this video, and I have talked a whole fucking lot, so it is what it is. But, like, I plan on cutting out literally any time where she's just eating and not talking. And everything is just so fucking slow, because I have to wait 5 minutes. That's an exaggeration, but I have to wait so long just for her to finish eating, for her to finish her thought. It's like, I have been watching these TikTok videos about this long-haired chicken and I just want to watch happy videos. And then by the time you get to her finishing this thought about the fucking TikTok, you almost forget that she was just talking about wanting to break stereotypes. This is why it's a once a month deal situation, because this is almost painful to get through.
I don't know how people live day to day coming online and having to be negative to make a living. Like,
Bessie, is that
honestly, like, think of...
Is that not your fucking channel at this point? It's just being negative every day?
About it. For example, and go watch our vlog, our couple's vlog, by the way. If you will, thank you.
I won't.
That was a very positive video. Like,
I don't know what that video is, but you know what this video isn't? Positive.
Salah was being very supportive, and people have to make it a negative thing. It's some people's literal jobs online to try to twist something and making it into a negative.
Bestie.
Just because we're not making out or doing really haram things on camera.
Listen, I don't want to see y'all make out, to be honest. But also, here's the thing. There are people out there whose jobs are YouTube who are doing what she's saying and, like, watching for any little thing that's happening on her channel. Now, I want her to stop focusing on their jobs, because they're going to keep doing their jobs. And they're going to probably keep doing their jobs well and doing exactly what their audience wants them to do, which is exactly the thing that she's talking about, right? Now, she has her own job, and it's called the Foodie Booty channel. And on the Foodie Booty channel, she's apparently, allegedly, I would assume, the boss of what she does at work every day. At least that's how the Zachary Michael channel works. Now, I know y'all think Amberlynn Reed is my boss, but she's really not. At the end of the day, I'm the boss, okay? So I get to decide what I do with my work day. And my work day, I usually, I'll film and upload videos. I go over to the old twitch.tv/thezacharymike and I stream over there for a couple hours. I re-upload those streams to my second channel. And when I post a new video, I spend a little bit of time in my comments, and then I call it a day. And I go home. Well, I stay here. This is where I live. I stay at home. I walk my dogs. I watch some reality TV. I love my husband. We are not married. I love my partner. And I have a good time, And she can do all of those things. Why is she's out here knowing every little thing that every little reaction channel, YouTube channel has done. She doesn't have to include that in her day. She doesn't have to include that as part of her job. She doesn't even have to read the comments. Half the time she doesn't even have her comments turned on, okay? And she has that forethought to be like, I can't handle the comments right now. I'm going to turn the comments off. Good for you. But that does nothing when you go seek out this drama about you on these other channels. She's sitting out here complaining about some shit that she could do something about and she doesn't. That's always her problem, is that she knows that stuff irritates her, but she's also so in love with the attention that she goes and seeks it out. And then she sits here so far for 10 minutes eating her paneer and complaining about people being negative on the internet. It's just wild. You get to make your own job up. You're your own boss, girly. It's not like if you were working at the McDonald's and you didn't like making the French fries every day, but you had to do that because your boss told you had to do that, right? You're the owner and operator of this McDonald's. If you don't want to serve fries to people, don't serve fries. If you don't want to interact with rude customers, you don't have to interact with rude customers because you're running this business, okay? Gosh, I was trying to use a fast food analogy so she might understand. It might, penetrate that skull,
And because Salah's first language is not English, any interaction, even though he's being completely loving, has to be awkward or a sign that he doesn't love me. If he didn't love me, he wouldn't be trying to encourage me to do the right things in my life. He wouldn't try to be helping me become a better person.
Okay, well, a couple things. I do think a lot of y'all's interactions are awkward from what I've watched in the past. I don't know if that's improved in recent history because I haven't watched a video lately that had Salah in it. So I couldn't tell you there. I do think a language barrier could be a part of that awkwardness, but I certainly don't think it accounts for everything in regards to why the stuff between y'all is awkward. But what I really also want to touch on is this concept that he's trying to make you a better person or whatever. That means that he loves you. Well, first of all, that doesn't have to be the only motivation for why he might want you to be a better person, okay? There are several reasons that he might want you to be a better person, and almost all of them that I could think of have nothing to do with the amount of how much he loves you. But then the other thing is, has he really made you a better person? 100% just honest, genuine question. Do you feel like you're a better person? Do you? Because you behave the same as what I've always known you to be, even pre-Kuwait, okay? You might not be on drugs anymore, which I guess that makes you a better person, but to be fair, I think you tried to stop that stuff before you even moved to Kuwait, so I don't know how much Salah did or didn't have to do with that. But in terms of the way you treat people, the way that you rage, get mad, I would say not a lot has changed. You might be a woman of God now or whatever, but I think as many of us know, simply being religious doesn't make you a better person.
And just because I eat what I want doesn't mean behind the scenes you don't know what we talk about. You don't know what he tries to encourage me to do. You don't know. There's many times he's helped me to deflect from a binge.
I do love, this is also classic Chantal and Amberlynn behavior, honestly, to be well, you don't know what he's like off camera. You haven't seen what he behaves like off camera. And whose fault is that? I only have to go off of what you show us. And that's the funny thing to me about all of this is like, you choose to show us certain things, and then we form an opinion about that, and then you're like, well, you don't really know the real him. Well, then show me the real him! I only have what you show to go off of.
He's an amazing, amazing supportive person.
Well, Bestie, you're asking me to go on your word right now, and your word isn't a whole lot to me, to be honest with you.
Where are your spouses? Where are your significant others? You know?
What?
Just watching it be negative all the time online.
The fuck does that have to do with anything? Why are you deflecting onto other people's spouses and partners? Girl, to my knowledge, most people choose not to put their partners or their spouses on camera because they have more thought and intelligence than you do. Because here's the deal. If you didn't put Salah on the internet at all and didn't talk about him, reference him, whoever, whatever, nobody'd have a fucking opinion about him, okay? Like, and just so you know, where my partner is right now, working, okay? My partner's working at his full-time job, not worrying about what I'm doing over here on the YouTubies, all right? If you're that concerned about where my dear love Noel is, that's what he's up to, all right? So mind your business.
You sit there and say that we're not in a happy relationship, but yet no happy person is doing what these people do online.
Well, just to be clear, she's not she's not talking directly to me because it's been quite some time since I directly commented on anything about their relationship. You know, it's not giving happy wedded bliss to me personally. But also, I don't know, I feel like I'm quite happy in my life. I don't know. I don't know that I come on the internet and I give miserable. Y'all will have to let me know in the comments if when you see me react to anybody, I guess, do I give miserable? When I react to Amberlynn, do I give miserable? Just let me know. Also, my Instagram order is here, so I'm gonna pause and we'll be right back.
Now, I know my dumb ass didn't just say my Instagram order is here. I meant Instacart. It was my groceries. I needed to go pick them up. The words were definitely not wording.
Okay, I'm back. Bo has joined me. Like I said, my food is way more important than whatever it is Chantal's doing here. And it's like 100 degrees outside in Chicago today. And I just couldn't risk any of it going bad. Although Bo just heard me say Chantal, and he's like, I gotta get the out of here. I mean, he's not going far. He's just on the floor now. But he said, I will not participate in this debauchery. Let's just get to again, shall we? What was she talking about?
So yeah, I mean, we don't really care. He's also actually stopped a lot of rages.
We don't really care, but I have dedicated 12 minutes of this mukbang to talking about how much I care.
He's not responsible for my actions, though.
True.
He's not responsible for what I put in my mouth.
True. This is also somebody defending their enabler, you know? I remember Amberlynn used to say stuff like this about Becky all the time, and to some extent probably about Wifey from time to time as well, but it just feels like classic, like, well, you know, he's not responsible for me. He's not. But then you were just talking. You were just trying to sell us this story about how he's helped you be such a better person. But he's not responsible for you. But he has done all this great stuff for you as well.
So to blame someone else is ridiculous. And I see that a lot. People want so bad for Salah to be another you-know-who.
Who? Oh, Nodder?
They want to.
I don't know. I would not want him to be Nodder is just like categorically a horrible human. I would not even want you to have to deal with that. No. I don't know. I just think that, like, what people are pointing out is that y'all don't look compatible. Y'all don't seem compatible. You don't have any chemistry together. Because I also just want to say, like, she does talk a lot. I mean, even here, she was like, well, we can't just, like, be making out. That would be haram or whatever, you know? There are so many people who practice, like, Islam who, you know, have partners that you can tell that they have chemistry with. Y'all don't have that from at least, like, my own perceived experiences of watching you and him on camera.
Nasty saga in my life to end because they don't want me to do better in my life. They don't want me to be happy.
Well, no worries then. They're succeeding because, like, are you doing better? Is this better? I mean, I guess compared to Nodder, it's better. Just rip. I do love watching her go in on that poor naan bread. I'm Hulk smash.
Truth, and you know it. When I start to be happy,
I ain't ever seen this girl happy.
People will push and twist and start rumors and find things to trigger a rage. And that's my responsibility not to let myself get triggered.
Exactly. Let's go back to you being the manager of the Foodie Booty McDonald's and acknowledge that you don't have to do this shit. You're responsible for you. Okay? You don't have to sit here and even have this conversation. We don't even have to be doing this because you're giving them what they want. This is why they keep doing it. They get exactly what they want every time you post. You are sitting here giving them. You are feeding them. You are feeding them the Foodie Booty McDonald's. Now, I don't know if they want that, but, like, in the metaphor, I guess they do.
I know this is not a rage, okay?
I would say it's not necessarily rage. I'm not getting rage from this either. Like, I've seen Chantal rage, but it's definitely you whining and complaining. I will say that.
This is speaking facts about how backwards some things on YouTube are. And yeah, I still talk about those issues.
Exactly.
Because they're still problematic.
You're out here giving the children what they want.
When I do get to a boiling point and say something, oh, you see, she's a bad person. See what she said? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, you can be upset about something. I will give you this about this particular video. You haven't said anything horribly problematic. You know, you haven't come for people's looks. You haven't been racist in this video yet. There's still several minutes left, so anything is possible. But, you know, you haven't done all of that yet. But a lot of your rages do show that you're a bad person. You know, if anything, this is a good example of, like, if you really have to address these people, you've not said anything so horrible and mean, you know. But, like, you have demonstrated many times that the way that you respond to people shows that you're a bad person.
You know, like that kind of thing? Yeah, so he's an amazing husband.
Sure, great. I'm also just like, who are you, like, why are you trying to defend this man to the people on the internet? Like, if anything, honestly, if he's such a good husband, that should be enough, you know? I feel like truly, like, it should be enough for you. And, like, why are you trying to defend that to people? I'm not saying that he is, well, I was saying that he isn't. But I'm saying, like, if you really believe that, then, like, why do you care what some people on the internet think? You know? I don't know. It just couldn't be me.
And I say this just to point out the issues, but at the end of the day, we don't care.
we don't care. We don't care. I've just spent 14 and a half minutes talking about it today, but we don't care. We don't care. If you say it enough, that means it's true, right? We don't care. We're so happy. We're so happy.
About whatever people say or think about us.
You're so unbothered. Unbothered
it really
queen.
Doesn't affect our life at all.
Doesn't affect our life at all. I'm just sitting here for 15 minutes talking about it.
So all that to say, I mean, I don't know how people involve themselves in the drama every single day.
And yet here you are, involving yourself in the drama. You're participating in it. You're feeding them.
It's literally so exhausting. And I seriously don't know how people can accuse someone of not having a life when You do that all day, like nitpicking the dumbest things.
Well, Bestie, I'm not convinced that you have a life just based on what you've shown. But you know what? I do more than what's just here on camera. So I guess I might give you the benefit of the doubt that you might be doing something else. But I also know that you will go live at the drop of a pin if you need to, and you're always in the same place doing the same stuff. So I'm also not entirely convinced. But you know what? I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt. You have more of a life than just sitting here slurping up and guzzling your paneer.
Spending all day on Twitter trying to tear someone down.
Girl, I thought you weren't even on Twitter. Like, she really doesn't have a Twitter account that I know of. Why do you know what the girlies on Twitter are saying? Why? Why would you know that? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You don't even have Twitter employed at the McDonald's, Foodie Booty, McDonald's, whoever, whatever analogy, okay? Twitter's not even one of your employees, and yet you're going out here involving yourself with it. Twitter's not even a customer or an employee. You just walked on over to the Twitter Burger King and said, I want to get involved in your mess. See, that's the problem here. Is this adding up? The more I talk about food, is it helping you understand?
I've said this a million times. I don't even have Twitter.
Exactly!
So when people are talking about me, are they talking to themselves? Like, they literally are.
Bessie, why do you even know that they're talking about you there to begin with? Why do you even know that to begin with?
I also realized something else that's very empowering. Yeah, a lot of people don't like me. I don't need you to.
Okay.
I don't care.
I don't care if you don't like me, but I will spend 16 minutes of a video talking about how I don't care that you don't like me.
Who are you? I don't like you either. There, now we're unfriends. I have enough people in my life who love me. I don't care.
Do you? Name them. Name them. I'll give you 5 minutes. Name them. Name people that love you outside of allegedly Salah. Name one.
The only thing with curry is it stains.
What's
I love it though. Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite.
What is stained? I also like how I'm just so numb to like the plastic bag over whatever table she's eating on. I just like I'm no longer even. I've just now realized that she's still eating like that. I guess is what I'm trying to say. She's sitting on the floor, eating on top of a plastic bag tablecloth.
I mean, this should be proof enough that I don't just do these for views, or I'd be mukbang for views, because I mean. Because I've done Paneer mukbangs a few times, like many times, and most.
Wait! How is this proof that she doesn't do mukbangs for views? Girl, if I pull up your channel right now, that's like all it is mukbangs. I don't understand. I'm literally gonna go look right now, because I'm like, isn't that all your channel is? Like, let's be serious. Like, everybody's doing YouTube for views, honestly, truly. Like, no problem there. But if you go with that premise, and then you want me to believe that you're not doing mukbangs for views, well, then you wouldn't be making money or like making them videos on your channel. Like, I'm looking at your videos right now, okay? Here's the list. Subway tuna and ketchup chips lunch. Delicious paneer, wow, the one we're watching right now. 3 a.m. Taco Bell mukbang. Eating at one of Kuwait's restaurant districts. Chicken shawarma wrap and fries, eat dinner with me. My favorite Kuwaiti meal, chicken, I don't know how to say that word, so I won't. Eating Arabic-style mutton and rice. Spaghetti bolognese diet dinner. Oh, and then finally, we're 8 videos in. And finally get to a video that's not about a mukbang. Trying to exercise at 377 pounds in the hottest country on earth. And then, just so you know, it goes right back to a mukbang, and then a weigh-in, and then a mukbang, and then another mukbang, and 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 another mukbang, until you finally get to a video called Most Common Questions About a Hijab answered, and she posted that 4 weeks ago. So in the span of 4 weeks, which is also, that one came right after the Beezer spray video, okay? The last one I reacted to. So in a span of 4 weeks, she has 1, 2, 3 videos that aren't mukbangs. But she's not posting mukbangs for views. Then what are you posting them for? Like, get out of here.
People who try to get views from mukbangs do huge display of food. Yeah, so I had a bunch of comments in my Taco Bell video. This is a binge. You don't have the right to define for me what a binge is. Like, that is not up to you to define what that is.
Okay.
That's up to me. I know what binge is for me.
Oh, that was a cute little shot of Julia, but it's just so cringe anytime she includes that cat in this video.
A single meal is not a binge. That's not a binge. Please educate yourselves on binge eating disorder.
Educate yourselves. Do it. Y'all are dumb.
You're going to comment on somebody's videos who has binge eating disorder. And people also saying, it's not an excuse, yes, it is an excuse. It is an excuse. It is an excuse. And I'm not shielding myself and giving my, I'm not saying...
Y'all, I don't have any opinion on whether or not that Taco Bell mukbang was or was not a binge, but I just want to remind y'all, she's so happy. She's so happy right now.
Oh, well, I have binge eating disorder, so I'm going to eat. No, I was not able to say no, and I picked something unhealthy, and that was a choice I made, and I was just sharing it because I'm trying to be transparent. I'm not trying to excuse anything.
So, wait. wait. So she stands by. I have not watched this Taco Bell mukbang thing. It is called 3 a.m. Taco Bell mukbang, so like, I don't know, nobody's making good food choices at 3 a.m. in the morning. Her premise here, her thesis of her argument is that it wasn't a binge, and y'all shouldn't judge that it was a binge. But there, just in that moment, she said she wasn't able to say no, she made a bad food choice, and it's because she wasn't able to say no to it. I do need to educate myself. I'm not a binge expert. But, like, is that far away from that? Like, in your mind, you know you shouldn't be eating it, and then you choose to get it and eat a lot of it at 3 a.m. in the morning? Listen, I'm not an expert. I'll educate myself, Chantal.
But... yeah, I mean, having an eating disorder is a reason for these issues I have with food.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
That's the problem. It's like, you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. Because, how
is this a darned if you do, darned if you don't moment? You don't have to post mukbangs. You don't have to post yourself eating 3 a.m. Taco Bell. That's like a darned if you do, darned if you don't situation usually involves you not having a choice. You having to pick one of the options in the situation where, like, it's gonna be a bad outcome either way, you know? In this situation, there are many other things you could have chosen to do at 3 a.m. outside of filming yourself eating a Taco Bell mukbang. You could have had the Taco Bell, known it was a bad choice, not filmed it, not posted it. You could have chosen something entirely different to eat. You could have just not done it altogether to begin with. This is not a darned if you do, darned if you don't situation.
As a person with food issues, with an eating disorder, as a big person, we literally can't eat anything but a fig leaf and a stick of celery. And someone will still say, that's a stick of celery for a family of 8.
Okay, but when was the last time you ate a fig leaf and a stick of celery and somebody said something to you about it? Like, get fucking serious. We're not talking even about when did she okay, I have her channel still pulled up. When did she eat celery or a salad, like anything like that? None of these things. Maybe the closest is this barbecue chicken video, but even then it's like a huge ass sandwich, a huge bowl of veggies. Like, I could see how people would be like, that's such a huge portion. But then outside of it, so many of the things she's eating are like fried pastas, rice dishes, like, the number of fast foods she has on here. I mean, just in the span of this 4 weeks that I was talking about earlier, multiple Taco Bell, a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Domino's, a Subway. Like, we're not, she's out here like, even if I ate super healthy, well, no, girl, that you're not even doing that. So how you can be on here saying that, you know, if you ate celery. I haven't seen you eat celery on this channel. Okay, get out of here.
You know, like, it was an unhealthy meal, yeah. You know, I find fast food to be very addictive, and that's not a secret.
Okay. All right, so then you acknowledge we're not talking about celery here. We're talking about Taco Bell.
I feel like it's important to share everything, and not just the good. You know, not just when I'm doing well.
Sure, go for it.
Not barely at all. Like,
you know, if there's anything, I do agree that she has the right to eat whatever she wants. Like, what she eats has nothing to do with me. Like, it really, truly doesn't. She can eat whoever and whatever she wants, all right? And more power to her. All I'm saying is that her logic isn't adding up, okay? All right. And then, on top of all of that logic that's not adding up, it's just like, also, if you're really happy with what you're eating and you know, don't have a problem with it and you think that you should be able to do all of these things and post what you want, then just don't read the comments, you know? But, like, unfortunately, for better or worse, that's, like, a part of the internet. You put something up, people are going to have opinions on it.
But I'm not going to be down on myself about that, because, yes, you don't see how hard I struggle every day. You don't see what I do every day. You don't see me, how many times I do say no to myself.
And whose fault is that?
Like, you know,
and whose fault is that? If all you're showing me is the times where you give in to temptation, then what else am I supposed to believe, bestie? I just said this in a video, but I'm not fucking Detective Stabler from SVU. I'm not a fucking CSI forensic specialist. I'm not out here going and searching for clues of you being good off camera. Okay? I'm not even really watching your content, period, if we're really being honest. But I'm not doing all that extra work. That's not my job title. That's not my job title. We don't do that over here at the Zachary Reaction Factory. I do what I gotta do. I show up, I watch your video. So if you're doing stuff off camera, I don't know shit about it.
There's so many times before that Taco Bell that I said no to a lot of different things I could have eaten. You know, you don't see those things. You just assume the worst. And that's the kind of negativity I'm talking about. I don't need it. But I was looking at our couples channel, and I was like, people are delusional. Like, there's something...
She said, I'm here to complain about the couples channel, but I will put a little message here to remind you that the link is in description if you want to go and check it out. Check out all that riveting content.
Reactors, if you can call them that. They're more hate channels, but whatever. And
she's so goofy.
They're like, or just like people in general. She never does anything in Kuwait. Like, our couples channel from when I first came to Kuwait, we did so much together. We did so much on that channel. Just go look at all the videos.
When you first came to Kuwait, well, that's the thing. Have you still been doing it? Let's just go look. Let me go see what she's been up to on the couples channel. She doesn't even have it linked in the channels tab of her channel. How am I supposed to easily find this shit? All right, here, we got it. I got it. She posted one video 2 days ago. This title is ridiculous. Obesity battling beach walk in Kuwait at night. Maybe I should have reacted to that. What the fuck does that mean? And then prior to that, she hadn't posted in 13 days, and it was a desert walk couples vlog in the Kuwait heat. All right, so that's 2 videos where she's very fulfilled walking on a beach, and that's in 2 weeks' time. And prior to that, it was a month before that where she posted, and it just says out in the summer heat, and the thumbnail suggests she's just walking. So you're doing so much. You're walking. That's what we're doing. And yeah, everything like after that is like 1 to 2 months old at the earliest, and then even later than that, like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So like, what are you doing right now, bestie? What are you doing right now? Because yeah, at the beginning, you were posting a lot over there, and I do agree, like you were going to a zoo, to, well, restaurants, that's not a surprise, to an aquarium, a scientific center. You went to the Kuwait Tower. Like, you were doing stuff when you first started that channel, I'll agree. But, like, what are you doing now besides walking? Yeah, you're so busy, Chantal.
Like, we did so much, and we're going to be doing the rest of it, don't worry. And,
the rest of what?
Yeah, so, and stay tuned, we have a lot of vlogs coming up.
I don't know.
So, a lot of exciting things.
I'll check back in with you in a month.
I'm not going to let my issues hold me back, you know? If I have to be the first obese person to die trying to do things that I want to do, then so be it, I will do it. Anyway.
Also, though, why does that have to be the option? Why does it have to be the option that you'll die trying? Like, let's just not die. How about that as a concept?
I'm stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing I also am. And,
wrap it up, Chantal.
I hate to be told I can't do something. I hate it.
Well, it's so funny because I feel like a lot of people have been telling you can't do stuff, and it's not motivated you to do a whole lot of the stuff that you want to do. I will say that. But wrap it up. Wrap it up. I got things to do.
More importantly, I hate to think it. I hate to think to myself that I can't do something. Because I know I'm capable of doing anything I want to do. And so are you guys.
Prove it.
Yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.
Bye. See ya. All right, well, there you go. Our monthly check-in to see what Chantal's up to. Good to see she hasn't changed whatsoever. She wants to claim that Salah's made her a better person, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying what you're selling, girly girl. Anyways, that's all I have time for today. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did and you're brand new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!